actor of stage and screen, JohnHeard.
Hi, everybody. I'm JohnHeard, not Hurt. I'm competing with the construction site as usual. It's kind of ironic, destruction and construction. I'm a Hollywood actor. I'm a conspiracy freak. I'm a conspiracy buff. So I was listening to Michael Parente in his essay on the JFK assassination recently, and he said, imagine anybody that wanted to get to the truth of the Holocaust being described as a Holocaust buff or a Holocaust freak. I have a girlfriend who is a working class gal, and she supported 3 kids for 20 years being a bartender and a waitress. And she has absolutely nothing to do with any of my politics, won't talk to me about it, loves America. Finally prevailed upon her to watch the 9/11 Truth DVD, and when she was finished watching it, she turned around and she said to me, "Why isn't this being investigated? This looks like controlled demolition, just like they say. Why isn't this being investigated?" That was both Afghanistan, millions of people in Iraq and Afghanistan have been killed as a result of the events of 9/11. Events which have never been properly investigated, period. Now, how is it possible that the worst crime in American history has never been properly investigated? I mean, have we not seen one episode of CSI or listen to Nancy Grace or so-and-so go on about a Law and Order where a particle of hair or a fingernail or some lipstick on a cigarette leads us to who the true culprit is? Yet, this crime, the greatest crime in American history, has never been properly investigated. So I'm honored to stand before you today in solidarity with the military officers, scientists, my fellow artists, and in support of a fully independent investigation into the events of September 11, 2001. Over 100 artists, filmmakers, musicians, and writers have signed the 9/11 Truth petition and spoken out eloquently on these vital matters. One of them is my friend, Mr. Ed Asner, and his words: 9/11 has been used to justify endless war. Let's think about that. Endless war. And a continual rollback in civil liberties that seems to have no end in sight. And yet 9/11 remains the least examined tragedy in modern American history. Americans would never have agreed to the last 2 wars and the Patriot Act's disturbing policy had it not been for the events of 9/11 as described by our government. There are many disturbing issues around the events of 9/11 that have yet to be examined in any meaningful way by our media, by our Congress, and most especially by the ridiculous 9/11 Commission. And let me conclude by saying that if we're going to realize the kind of society that our forefathers, that our founding fathers dreamt of and designed, then we must first clear up the truth about these events, as they pose a grave threat to our democracy. And if properly investigated, these events of September 11, 2001 may serve as a vital catalyst to squarely face the truth, take stock, and renew our democratic tradition. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.